Hey, hello you lovely people. Welcome back. Let's do an update on Near Protocol's price chart and see what is going on in here and why, despite the recent phase to the downside, I'm still kind of optimistic. I'm really hoping that in here we are going to witness some great moves on the upside, hopefully again very soon. And at that point, yeah, we should probably talk about the idea of a bit of a solid bullish pattern, indication of having maybe like a 25% more move on the upside. So let's dive in and see what is going on. And if you remember specifically the last time that we talked about Near, we were right around this area, and the idea was that, well, okay, this could technically be a correction even to about this point in form of either a WXY or maybe an ABC, a running flat structure, suggesting from here we're going to get a good move on the upside, since prior to this correction, most likely we are having a 5 wave. And why is this so important? Because in case you are, in case you are a new viewer to the channel, you should note that my main field of work is Elliott waves, and Elliott suggests if you want to be bullish on any chart and you want to say maybe around this area, let's consider this actually as a bit of a support. We're going to have our final low. Then okay, off of your lowest low in here, you have to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. Now we can consider different types of 5 waves. This specific scenario that I drew for you is called an impulse. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4 and in any kind of 5 wave. Your wave 3 under any kind of circumstances should not be the smallest wave. And for the sub waves, okay, you probably know it. We're gonna have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. And for wave 2 and 4, we can consider different possibilities. Let's say WXY for 4 and maybe an ABC structure for wave 2. Now, here's the thing. If you want to say this is a bullish setup, you should actually wait a little bit more after we complete this 5 wave. Why? Because we argue right around the highs, it's not really a buying opportunity, since Elliott suggests after a 5 wave, bullish or bearish, one way or the other, we're gonna have a move on the opposite direction, which in this case, well, okay, naturally it translates to a bit of a move down. And if this is a good bullish setup, this face down should have certain characteristics. Chief among them are two. Number one, this thing has to be a rather time consuming move down relative to this 5 wave to the upside. And number two, between our pullbacks up in here, if we find quite a bit of overlapping of the waves, it would be really ideal. And at that point, you could call this phase a corrective movement with a good bit of confidence, and essentially on a higher degree, you're having 5 up, correction down. This is a bullish setup, suggesting bare minimum, okay, bare minimum we can have another move up. And why do I say bare minimum? Because at that point, this is just going to be according to a pessimistic scenario, a simple ABC zigzag, and then fair enough, we can have a move down. On the other hand, if we are truly lucky, okay, that might be a bit of a different story. At that point, maybe on a higher degree, this is 1, this is 2, and then what? Huge move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. Understood? Excellent. This is the whole idea that we have in here for the last couple of videos. And I just zoom in a little bit. Okay, question number 1. Do we have in here a good bit of overlapping of the waves? I think the answer is yes. As you can see, between this pullback, this one, and this one, we do have a bit of overlapping of the waves. Question number 2, is this thing a rather time-consuming face down relative to this move up from the lows around $1.7? I think the answer is clearly yes, but you know what? Let's just measure it from the highs to about the lows. So far, this thing on H1 time frame in here has taken us roughly around 520 candlesticks. On the other hand, this impulse up only happened in about 60 candles, meaning what? Despite having more than enough time, seems like that right now, at least, it's not really confirmed, but right now, yeah, bears are sort of kind of failing to, in this phase, completely cover this move on the upside and go quite a bit lower. Hence why we could argue this is a correction. Is it a confirmed correction though? Not yet, and I'm gonna tell you what is it that we need to see if we want to talk bullish with a bit more confidence. For now, let's talk about what happened in here. And we also specifically talked about this scenario. We said let's prepare our mind for having maybe yet another move to the downside, but even that one might be part of a correction structure, and I still stand fully by what I said. You see, now I'm gonna say maybe this is to about this point, the end of our wave Y, and maybe yeah, okay, to about here is an A-leg correction for wave B, and then maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into C. I guess you could argue that this is a WXY in form of a flat and a double zigzag structure. That's also a possibility. The point is, we really do not have any problem at all finding the proper subbase for this move to be a correction. And here's the thing, in like very, very short term, if you want to be bullish with a decent bit of confidence, you need to see a couple of things. Number one, you need to see a rather strong bounce back in here, and maybe like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without a lot of overlapping of the waves. Number two, minimum you want to see in your protocol taking this important high around, let's say, $1.9, but in a more ideal of a scenario, you want to see a move on the upside in a strong manner again in order to take this high about $2.05. Now, why is this high so important? Because on the opposite direction, we actually argue that once again, if you want to be this time pessimistic and you want to say around here, we're going to have our final top, then okay, off of the highest high, you have to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. And the thing is, if in here we go up and take the highs, at that point, no, we're not really able to say that this whole phase is like an impulse to the downside, the beginning of a new move down, further confirming this pattern as a correction structure, indication of a continuation of this move on the upside. And at that point, if you see near protocol getting a break of this important area, which if I just draw it for you, there we go, right around the $2.1, $2.2 region. At that point, number one, we're going to be bullish with more confidence, and number two, a bullish pattern actually is going to get confirmed. And by that, but you see, I'm not really sure if you like classic patterns, but if you do, yeah, I do think this could possibly be a beautiful double bottom structure. Why am I saying a possible double bottom? Because obviously it's not really confirmed yet. Okay, if you want to say this pattern is happening and it's going to send us up, you need to see a move in order to go above the next line, do a slow and choppy pullback, and then have another phase up at the moment that we take the highs. Okay, fair enough, this pattern is confirmed. What's going to be the target for it? Well, you should actually put your chart first on regular scale and then measure the height of our pattern from here to about this point and put it at your breaking point. There we go. This is giving you a target of roughly around $2.5 to $2.6 area, meaning from the breaking point you can expect a 20% bounce, and from the current point, yep, that's roughly around a 40% move on the upside, which is not that bad. But honestly, again, right now it is like way too soon to talk about those scenarios. Okay, let's just take everything step by step and see, are we hopefully going to get a strong bounce in order to minimum take this high, and then if you are lucky, take this high as well, about $2.05. If we do this, great sign. At that point, we are probably going to talk about the opportunity of having a bit of a long position when after this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we get a bit of a slow and choppy move to the downside. And for example, maybe our stop loss is going to be under this low around $1.7. So let's say we are having a 30 cents stop. What's going to be the target? If it's going to be right around the $2.5, $2.6 area, we're going to have a 60 to 70 cents target, meaning what? Our risk reward ratio is minimum 1 to 2, which I think it's really nice. For now, again, let's not talk about those scenarios, okay? Let's just take everything step by step, and all you want to see in here is just a good move up in order to take these two important highs. And by the way, I forgot to talk about this. Where are we when it comes to classic TA, meaning support and resistances? There we go. Right now, we are around this very important area of support. And as long as we're not really getting a confirmed break of it, you know what? Let's be optimistic and argue yet another move on the upside is coming. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in your chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.